What's up? What's up?
All right. Well, my name's Ryan Schrilla. Welcome to Bite Worthy, where I take comedians out to their favorite places to eat. We talk comedy, we talk food. We are at Copeland's here today. Copeland's down in Cumberland. This is a show about having local comedians, people in the industry, disclose a little bit about themselves, about their bits. Bite Worthy is a term that I coined.
Nothing illegal, though. I have the right to plead the fifth as I see fit.
So Bite Worthy is a coin that I termed, and biting material, for those who don't know, in the industry, means that you're stealing material, that you're stealing mannerisms and stealing jokes. We don't condone that, but I do know comedians that are worthy of stealing from, which is what this show's about. My first get is no exception, Kendall Davond.
Hey, thank you. Gracious introduction.
So you brought me here.
Yes.
When was your first time coming here?
Oh man, this is one of the first places I landed in. When I think I moved to Atlanta like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And basically, who was I at the time? I want to say my homeboy Jeremy. Shout out to you, Jeremy. He said, man, you gotta try Copeland's, bro, because I love buffets, and he also loves breakfast.
It's
Copeland's
good.
is a New Orleans style buffet breakfast, and I've never seen no shit like this. I come on Sundays though, because any day else it's not the buffet.
It was a 2-hour wait, and it's very worth it. So this is a plug for Copeland's almost.
Oh my God, yeah, this whole thing. Copeland's commercial. So
Absolutely. I had waffles. I had catfish. I had red beans, bacon. It's crazy good.
Yeah, you probably, if you start coming to Copeland's regularly, you probably only gonna live for maybe like 10 more years after that. Due to heart complications. You know what I'm saying?
Die happy.
Yeah, but you're gonna die happy for sure.
You have a smooth name, Kendall Davond. Are you sure you're not like an R&B singer?
I wish. I don't have the voice. I got the look. I got the heartbreak stories.
Yeah.
I feel like I even got the, the R&B hand, and you know what I'm saying? And give me your heart. The only thing I'm missing is the fucking voice. They never gave me the voice.
You know what? I would take a smooth name over a smooth voice anyway.
Really? I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
But see, my name is not intimidating. You feel me? Like I feel like if you would go to slap a comedian, Kendall is the one you want to slap. Like, you don't want to slap K-Dub. You don't want to slap.
No, you don't.
Come slap me,
Slap me.
And I need a more aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
The 5 fingers say to the Kendall?
Easy out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like not Kendall Davond sounds like, I don't want that guy with me in a dark alley.
So speaking of slapping and strength, you think you have the biggest biceps in comedy? This
may be true.
What? Let me hear a Kendall Davond workout routine.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
All right. First, I cry and pray. I don't want to do this. I don't want to work out. So that's the first thing. My best workout is the one But when I do get around to working out, it's mainly, believe it or not, boxing.
No, hit the bag?
Yeah, hitting any object that won't hit me back. So if I got to get in there with a person, I'd rather not.
A pacifist?
Yeah, a pacifist. You know what I'm saying? Let me beat up on you for like 3 rounds, but yeah. So I like to box. I don't really get on like maxing out bench, so I'm mostly like a free weight burnout type of guy. But honestly, I tell everybody this: if you want your biceps to look bigger, just get tattoos. No need to waste all that time with the fitness, man. Just put tattoos on them. Instantly, that adds to the human eye.
Couple
3
inches
inches,
to the
for sure. Oh, for sure.
I like that.
But it has to be intense. It has to be praying hands, cross.
No MOB, nothing like that.
Yeah. Some, you know what I'm saying? Some
money over biceps.
Money over biceps.
So speaking of comedy, we talk comedy a lot, and little backstory, I actually did my first outside comedy class open mic with him at a place where it's a pretty bite-worthy place. It was St. Germain's Bakery.
Yes,
and
yes,
you were generous with the laughter. I made a really crappy Walmart joke, and
it was good. I liked it.
And I appreciate it. That was the first time I ever wrote new material. And me, Dominic Smith, and Gabe, we're still buddies. Me and Gabe and Dom actually spent the Super Bowl.
I met both of them together that day. I met Dominic and Gabe that day.
So is and then it never happened again.
No, and that was a really nice bakery, bro.
Lightning, yeah, it was. I'm gonna have to go there for
just a scone. What
were you thinking? The same way.
Listen, that shit was so nice. I bet they don't sell nothing but scones. Like, we don't got no other shit but scones. We ain't got coffee. We just got scones, bro.
Just scones.
Just straight up scones. What do you want?
I want a scone. Now I want a scone. Is there a bit that is not appreciated by any audience that you really love, that you have, and then from another comedian? So like you have a bit that like man. You love this bit, but nobody like it never gets a pop.
Man,
just gets a murmur.
All right.
Tell me.
Let me tell you this particular bit, and very few people have heard this bit because everywhere I've been and I this bit, no one ever like catches it except for like two people that howl. All right. So you know how like Hemingway or the motherfuckers are like, I'm not being appreciated in my time. Y'all gonna get it.
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna get this bit till after I'm dead. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like fucking Shakespeare or some shit. Like,
posthumous.
Yeah, I'm Van Gogh or some shit. That's when y'all gonna really appreciate this bit. So it's about mosquitoes.
Okay.
Yeah, right, already, like, thinking higher level. I'm already, like, a comedy genius. Mosquitoes. And so this one summer, I was being bit by mosquitoes just off, you know, I don't know what it was about. Clearly, my blood is addictive to them. So I hope my blood is destroying the mosquito community like crack did for black people in the 80s. Like, I hope mosquitoes are stealing out of their crib. Like, I hope mosquitoes are fucking going to war on the streets over my blood because they're taking it like they're addicted to it. So, mosquitoes, crack, Nino Brown, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fucking genius going in there. Nobody ever gets it when I do it on stage. It's my favorite bit, but nobody likes it.
That's one of those bits that's like, this is for me. This
is for me to have fucking fun.
What about from another comedian?
Okay. And I think we had just talked about this, man.
Yeah.
So it's this comedian named Connor Lyons. I don't know if he follows you, but shout out to Connor Lyons. He had on some sort of like fucking sweater or something.
Yeah.
And he made like a reference to the Emperor's New Groove. Like, yeah. He said the word like Cusco and started singing the song and everything. Nobody in that bitch had seen it. And nobody was fucking laughing. But I had seen the Emperor's New Groove and that shit had me fucking dying. So Connor Lyons, I don't know what happens when you do that joke other places, but I've seen the Emperor's New Groove and that shit's funny as hell. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Connor. So I don't want to ask the typical questions. What comedians do you look up to? Those are basic questions. We're trying to be better than that here. And
what comedians I look down on?
I want to. But we're kind of all buddies here.
Yeah, we are all friends. So I would never answer
for
that.
those who are not in the industry, you don't shit on comedians, even not in public anyway. And you don't put that out there.
No,
so.
I would never actually say that.
Because it almost like I learned how to play drums a little bit, and it gave me a respect for every drummer.
If you do this, if you get on stage and you created something that's personal to you, and personal to people like you, it's not for me to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you just know what I'm saying? Like I got my favorites, like everybody else got their favorites. And I'm pretty sure if you got your favorites, then you got your least favorites. But I got respect for anybody that get up and get up on the mic, especially if they do it with any type of consistency.
Yeah, I would say that's wise. Right. That's very wise. So now is Cajun like Louisiana style cooking your favorite food?
Yes. Anything New Orleans. Like, you put New Orleans, half the shit I like, that's New Orleans.
You're not from Louisiana.
No,
Where
I'm not from. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte?
Yes. Fun fact about New Orleans, just in my opinion. New Orleans style food is like my favorite type of food. But New Orleans style food in New Orleans was not that much better than New Orleans style food outside of New Orleans. That's controversial. Hopefully I don't know nobody from New Orleans that's gonna get mad, but that's my opinion. And I've been to New Orleans twice.
What'd you go to New Orleans for?
For fun. I went to New Orleans. Yeah, I went to New Orleans.
Why
to cut
else?
Up. I went to New Orleans to cut up, and I did that. So
You just want to be below sea level?
I just want to be below sea level. I want to be drinking on the street at 10 a.m.
Real hurricanes in the glass.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Whichever, just depends on the timing, whether you're a hurricane in the glass or actual hurricane. I went to see Wayne.
No joke.
But not the real Wayne, just his childhood home.
Just his childhood home.
So I took a picture in front of Wayne's old childhood house.
Snap. I have never been. I've been to
like a true tourist.
Yeah, like a true tourist.
Yeah.
Like you follow with the map and everything.
Right. Oh, that's where Wayne.
Like one of those Asians that just go to Vegas and put pictures of everything. Yeah, that's where I've been the most is Vegas. That's
for real?
Yeah, that's where I had the most fun. I don't drink anymore. Some days I want to.
Wise man.
Yeah. Well, I wrote a joke about it the other day. I told it. I quit drinking because I black out. I like to fight police, and I sleep with women who look like DJ Khaled. So I never touched another one. Yeah, so that's the joke. But it's been 13 years now, and if I were to start back drinking, which may happen because now I'm a comedian, Louisiana might be a one to go to.
Oh hell yeah, bro!
Yeah, I'll tell you my favorite cuisine is. I'm from the Midwest. Gabe's from the Midwest.
Yes.
We have
Indianapolis. Stand up.
Yeah, so we're from the Illinois, Indiana, just fat Polacks kind of area.
Yeah.
That's what we know. So we know steak. We know like my friend's gonna make fun of me so much, but like sausage, hot dogs.
Yeah.
Dude,
Kielbasa?
Yeah. Anything dick shaped, we love it.
Okay.
It's our favorite type of food. I hate to admit it, but that's just how it is in the Midwest, man. It's the gayest thing about it. But it's
anything dick shaped, bro.
You know,
I can respect that.
I mean, you know,
I can respect that.
But those are what we grew up on. That's my favorite.
So
like
let me ask you this, because you know, I just want to go down the dick shaped rabbit hole if you allow me. Is there a way to eat the dick shaped food, or is it just you just gotta be one
bite?
Okay.
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure you just dive in. Okay.
You just have to do it. You have to be a man. Daniel said, you know, people that say I'm comfortable with my sexuality is never followed by something straight. It's usually followed by something really gay. So I'll say that's a bit that I love. So Daniel. It's a great bit. I would say a bit. I would answer that question myself. If there a bit that I wrote that's not appreciated by people is I wrote a joke about cancel culture, and there's a phrase around that nobody talks about. It's called a chink armor, and it's meant to describe weakness or vulnerability. It's been around for a long time. I said it all. Samurai. And I was like, I'm gonna write it down, and I loved it, and it kind of gets a laugh. It's kind of fun.
When you're like this shit, you're like, for real, y'all?
Yeah.
Like, this is my best.
Really?
Yeah.
Right?
What are y'all doing?
Yeah. I wrote that. Unfortunately, I told that joke when a blind Asian guy was performing, so I was like, oh, dang, I forgot to read the room. But he laughed. His name was James Song, I think. So he laughed at him. Like, dude, the Asian guy laughs at, come on.
Like,
but I wanted. Who's a bite-worthy comedian? I know comedians you look up to. We have a lot. But a bite-worthy or one bit that you wish you had. You're like, I wish I thought of that.
All right. So there's a couple.
Just rattle one or two off.
Okay. So there's this dude named K Street. I don't know how many You seen K-Strix? Oh, man.
I haven't.
So he's around here.
Okay.
Every single time that he gets on there, I'm always dying. I haven't seen him do I haven't seen him do this bit in a long time, but it was like one of the first bits I seen him do. But he was just talking about how Uber drivers, they don't be knowing where the fuck they going. But he was also talking about, like, man, you ever seen an Uber driver pull up and there's a little too much condensation on the fucking windows? You be like, it's gonna be hot as hell when you get in that bitch. I fucking lost it. I fucking lost it. So that one was funny as fuck. And then two, I'm gonna give you two more. Two. There's some Striggs. This comedian named Randy Sky. I think this was Randy Sky. No, this definitely was her. But she had a joke where she was talking, like, basically just talking about her son or whatever.
Yeah.
And so she was like, she was like, I got a, young black king. He got all the, ancestors running through his blood.
Yeah.
So when he got hurt on the football field, she was like, doctor said it was gonna take, broke his arm or some shit like that. Said doctor said it was gonna take him 9 weeks to get ready, to get back. He healed in 6. So you know what that means? It was like, not only does my son got some special blood running through his veins, that means we got like 10 extra Percocets. And I fucking died. So I thought that shit was good. I thought
the build-up.
Yeah, the build-up for that shit was so good. I thought that shit was good. And then there's another comedian, Kimmy T. And she was just talking about, it was something happened to her dog. And like the basis was talking.
Yeah.
And she said something to the effect like, that shit's more than fucking cosmetic surgery. She was like, I can go get this dog a new ass. Cheaper than I Hey, yo, and if y'all watch and I'm mangling y'all's jokes, please do not hate me. But them shits they funnier from them than from me. But them motherfuckers.
And especially when a comedian tells a joke a certain way, you're like, God, I wish I can tell that joke that way, and I wish I can take it. We don't ever take it.
No, but you like this
it might spur something that a joke, but
it's like, man, it's like you don't take the joke, but you be like, this worked because of this reason. Let me make my material do just like what that person did. So you like, that was real good misdirection. That was real good.
It's wise to pull from, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why when I said that shit didn't hit like that. Because look at how they built up that misdirection in their shit and my shit, on that one. You see what I'm saying? So, or sometimes it's just like the energy behind it. Like, they really pulled the veil out because they had so much energy in their delivery going this way. So, yeah, those are the three that I just be thinking to them. Like, I be like, you guys are whatever level, and they're all different levels. You know what I'm saying? As far as like notoriety, I guess.
Right.
They all ready for a level even higher than where they at. Like, if whoever saw them, there's nobody I could put them in front of that they wouldn't get it. Like, I feel like they got it. Like, they got the glow.
It's like and sometimes you just come across a perfect bit.
Yeah,
it's like
you just in your zone.
Flawless. It's so good.
Yeah.
And the way they tell it, I think one of the first jokes from a local comedian that I remember that just got me, and I was like, that's so brilliant, was Greg Barron's had a joke about how he played basketball, and he goes, the coach was always telling me, good D, nice D, and he goes, so I had him fired. And so I didn't see that coming. Then he goes, and then he said a line. He goes, I full court press charges. I'm like, that writing, I was like, I really wish I can just write that crafty and smart. I wish I had that bit.
Wordplay is crazy. Like it's something that's like,
I would have never have thought
you can't rely on it. Like, you can't be all wordplay.
No.
But some good wordplay.
You throw one in there. It's just
oh,
like, wow.
boy, it's great.
It's so good.
Real,
Daniel's Little Nas S joke. I couldn't tell.
Oh, man. That's
I can't tell it, but I wish I had something that funny. You can't be gay and a horse.
It punched. Like, yeah, Daniel, I love Daniel too, because Daniel just got ability to interact. Delano, by the way, for people who don't know what I'm talking
Daniel
about.
Delano. If you don't know who he is, you
will at some point.
You will. Yeah.
He got a way of interacting with the crowd that's just special. Like the way he kind of just.
I would agree with that.
Tennis, like he just plays natural tennis with the crowd. Like he pitches them, they pitch it back. They pitch it them, pitch it back. It's perfect. Like the he got with the crowd is perfect. Like.
Yeah, Atlanta is full of bite-worthy comedians.
Man, it's crazy.
Sure.
Like you wouldn't, if you just wanted to talk hours just that. Just me breaking down this person, that person, this person, that person. We could spend hours, like hours. Just.
I would want to do that. I don't know if people are going to want to watch me. They'll want to watch you, but not watch me for that long.
Yeah, we'd love to watch you. Right?
I don't know about all that. I will ask you about food, right?
Yes.
So, Kendall, you killed 7 people. You're on death row. What's your last meal?
Oh man. So
I like this question.
No, it is. It's crazy because it's New Orleans style. So there's this dish. Have you heard of etouffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crawfish etouffee?
Yeah. So people from New Orleans eat it, and people from the islands.
Yeah.
Because I think they both share, Haitians, they both share that Creole culture, so they both love this fucking
To describe etouffee is kind of like, it's like cheese dip on steroids in a way.
That shit's nuts. It's like jambalaya. It's like jambalaya, but I think it's less soupy, more ricey.
Yeah, it's like this ricey, cheesy, consistent, spreadable, but dunkable kind of.
Yeah, it's
perfect.
And sometimes I've seen it with crawfish, sometimes I've seen it with shrimp, but that's and I'll take it a step further. If I was already on death row and they asked me what my last meal was, I would pick that. But I would land myself on death row for an opportunity to get that if it's what I had to do.
What I had to do.
That's what I had to do.
You put puppies, children,
you know what I'm saying? Whatever
school bus.
I got to get in or out of my way to give me a plate of that. That's just legit. So, shout out to Haitians and Creole people who are not Haitian.
Different breed, man.
Right.
Different
they
breed.
know what they fucking doing. They throw that shit now.
Yeah,
my zones. I don't know a Creole phrase.
Yeah, I don't know either. This is white. This is white skin, bro.
But shout out to Haitians, Atlanta Haitians, Atlations.
Better write it down and trademark it, bro.
Listen, before I see motherfuckers with shirts.
Yeah, you know someone's gonna come with a promo and demo.
No credit, bro.
You see those hats on the gas station.
Yeah, you like, bro, we only got one follower in comment, Ryan. So I know you got this shit from me, bro.
I say my last. If I were to get.
Yeah, what's yours?
Well, steak was my first solid food. And it was, I kid you not, my mom.
That's right. That's heavy for baby.
My mom doesn't know how to cook. I love her to death. She doesn't. But she would take us to a place called Ponderosa Steakhouse. And it was like, it's like Sizzler, but slightly better. And I remember my first solid food was a small piece of cut up steak. So I would have a 24-ounce porterhouse from a place called Little Alley Steak. And
what city is that?
It's in Atlanta. There's one in Buckhead and there's one in Roswell.
Yeah,
I don't go there very often. The steak is like $69.95 that I get. Yeah, it's more than this bill together. So come to Copeland's instead of there.
Yeah, because
save money. That, and I think I would probably get chicken marsala. And then I think for dessert, I think I'd probably have to go with the biggest gooey brownie.
Oh, see, cheesecake, that's mine.
Cheesecake?
For my dessert, I gotta go with cheesecake. Yeah, for sure.
That's not bad. That's not bad. So you're from North Carolina, and you moved here when?
So when I got out of North Carolina, I moved to Florida. So I lived in Florida for like 5 or 6 years, and I moved here about 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm in relatively recent.
What do you call home then?
Charlotte, North Carolina. That's
Charlotte.
Home. Yeah, that's home.
What's the most North Carolina thing about you?
What's the most North Carolina thing about me?
Right.
Probably the way I eat chicken. Like, if you see the way I eat chicken, bro, it's not gonna be nothing on that bone. And I don't know if that's North Carolina or everywhere in the South, but you're gonna know I'm from somewhere in the South when you see me eat chicken, bro. Like, you'll be like,
damn.
You wouldn't know what species of creature ate the bone.
You like Smeagol with the ring.
Yeah, it's like, what is this? So that's pretty North Carolina. Get me talking about Duke, North Carolina basketball. That's gonna give me away as real North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's probably it, man. You see me eat chicken, you're gonna be like, man, you from somewhere, bro. Where you ain't from this way. But yeah, that and basketball, how much I'm into basketball.
Yeah.
You'll be like, you gotta be from someplace.
Well, if I ever see an old Hornets, I'm gonna pick one
sure.
up.
You already know. That's why I went to. That's probably where I started school in. Big Puffy.
Yeah, the old starter jackets.
Yeah. Gotta have that.
It's funny how it circles around. Like, Champion is a brand now that people wear that's like luxurious. It's expensive.
Right.
It used to be for
some good
shit. I was poor. I used to live for one point in my life in a Cutlass Sierra with my mom, and I wore Champion. So I don't know what's going on these days.
It used to be some Goodwill shit. Everybody wanted Nike. Right? That's where you know you had brands.
Now you find Nike just walking on the ground.
Right.
Pair of original ones.
But now these Champion shit, especially when I'm not starter shit. Because starter shit usually nice shit. But yeah, Champion, they just fuck with Champion for some reason. I was like, all right,
cool, whatever. So, first, plug what you ever want to plug. What do you got going on that you want to plug? You got shows, you got projects?
So a lot of projects coming. 2022 for me is just about really proving myself as a screenwriter as much as a comedian. So
very nice.
That, last year was just about kind of hitting it, letting people know kind of what I got on the mic. This is going to be more strategic.
Yeah.
Really started out 2022 with a bang, but just that now this is like really just getting scripts out there, getting content out there. So I'll keep you plugged in, man. But you guys can go follow me at Kendall_Davond, DAVOND. But outside of that, just stay tuned, what we got going for the rest of the year. But right now it's just about writing and getting those things into production, shopping that shit around, that type of shit. Yeah. So
you and Dominic both in the comedy world, screenwriting world. You guys are you got your hands in many different pots.
Yeah, that part of it is different. Yeah. It's similar, but it's way different. But it's in some ways it's harder, in some ways it's easier.
Yeah.
So screenwriting shit is a little harder because you got to have plot elements that you don't necessarily have in stand-up. But in screenwriting, you got different characters, a whole bunch of different opportunities to say different jokes.
I wouldn't know where to begin, man.
It's crazy. It's a fun experience. Though.
Yeah.
Like when it all starts to come together. At first, when you're trying to put it together, it's a little.
That ball gets rolling. You're like,
oh shit, I figured it out. Yeah,
I see it now.
Yeah. So right now, nothing to plug except just go follow me. I'll keep y'all updated on where I'm at, what I'm doing. But yeah, right now this work being done in the dark as of right now.
Let me ask about bombing, because I was going to get the plugs at the front, at the top of the show. I should have done that, but this is the first episode, so be gentle.
Kentucky Brewery. I perform there every week on Thursdays. So
Thursdays is one of my freer days.
Yeah. So come through. Yeah, come through the Kentucky Brewery. It's off North Side, right? 2 blocks from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So if you're near downtown on Thursday, stop by Atlanta Kentucky Brewery. Yeah,
and by the way, it's ran by the Nappy
Roots, man. The Nappy Roots.
I grew up listening. Yeah. I'm this little white kid that walked in there in the toy drive, and I'm like, wait, you're the Nappy Roots? Oh no, hell no!
Yeah, right.
And I was like, that's them, that's you. They're like, Yeah, I'm like, I freaked out.
He in there every week, man. He friendly, man. He's a great dude. Like, he in there.
It's crazy. Atlanta, man. If you don't have, if you're not here, you're missing out.
You're missing out. It's Hollywood. Like, it's Hollywood. You'd be amazed at who you would form a relationship with and how. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So you just, like, the amount of access you have to people that you see on your TV screen is crazy.
Yeah. I got to meet, I had the privilege of meeting Rodney Perry.
Oh, that's what's up. Oh, yeah, you told me.
Let me tell you, he gave me his information, and we bonded over because he's from old Chi-Town, which is where I'm from, and it blew me away. And ever since then, he made me my good luck charm, my old black man good luck charm, and he
everybody needs one.
Everybody needs one, but ever since then, I got my first paid gig, my first feature.
I'm telling you, it'll be up, man. It'll be up.
It's nice when you meet a comic.
Yeah,
you know?
and somebody that made other comics, and really, that's the ultimate compliment.
Ooh, that's a good question. Who have you met that you're like, oh man? Because I've been able to meet Sean Patton, Josh. I met Josh Wolf the other night.
Oh yeah,
I got to meet Steve Byrne. Steve Byrne said, hey, let me know when you're in town. So it was a great thing to kind of meet all these people. But I was flabbergasted when I got to actually meet like someone who possibly could have been in the Kings of Comedy.
Yeah,
man.
for sure. Right.
So who is that? Do you have one to come to mind?
For me, I don't even know, like on an interpersonal level, having interacted with him like that. Probably still for me, it's still Mario Torre. Somebody that I knew before.
No joke.
Yeah, before like I even got into this, I had knew him and heard of him, and then got cool with him. Not cool with him, but like basically like on a like very accessible dude. Like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate
personable.
Yeah, told me I had a good set. So that was like the first person as far as in comedy. Outside of comedy, it was outside of comedy but still connected via comedy. Is that last September I opened up for Young Dolph and got to meet him backstage.
No joke.
Yeah. So
bro,
iHeartRadio had something like comedy competition or whatever, and basically I won that, got to open for him and got to meet him backstage like before he passed. So that was dope.
Wow,
like,
bro.
Off, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not a comedian, but that was a cool experience. But
and the fact that if someone passes, you got in there before that.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like that was like a wild kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Where that happened, and then when that happened, I was like, damn, that shit crazy. But yeah, as far as like Mario Torre is the person kind of like on that level, because honestly, there's like a big list of comedians before I got into it that I just had kind of missed. Like I didn't even know who they were, that I was able to kind of like interact with, and then kind of find out, Carter Deans.
Yeah.
So
the most introverted white guy who spits fire ever. So
the crazy part about it is I knew him from the like ketchup and mustard like YouTube video shit, and I seen him on Wild 'N Out. I didn't realize though, like because I'm a big battle rap fan, is I was just going back like watching old shit, and I seen his name on like, and I was like, oh man, he really like battles. Like yeah, he really like a rapper. So like it be little shit like that where you be like, you meet somebody you think they're cool, and they carry themselves like so graciously, so accessibly that you don't realize how big of a deal they are until you like go on their page and you like, oh shit, like I didn't even realize you was like this, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't, I mean, I feel like for the most part it's like Atlanta still carry themselves like a community. Like, so whether you big or whether they, nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Oh, me?
This is a real just supportive community, I felt like. And I didn't think it was going to be that, like, going into it. Like, I didn't think it was going to be like, people show you love, people, you know what I'm saying, give you pointers, people taking time out.
It's not always that way.
Yeah, like I ain't think it was gonna be that type of place. Right.
LA is fairly warm.
Right, for real. Like for real. People take the time out, tell you good job. People will take the time out and tell you what you could have did more, like keep one.
Oh, that is my favorite thing, man. When people are like, "Hey, man, I think if you said this," oh man, because I talked to you an hour and a half about a tiny Klansman joke, and you're like, "Hey, let's work this
about
out."
It, man. So they really love it, like from a crowd perspective. And some of these people getting money, but it's not a lot of people that get money and like forget about the craft of it. So they really, you can tell they nerds. They really nerds like about it. So
nice. Yeah, I would say I would look out for some underrated comedians who there's a lot of underrated comedians out there. Let me tell you, who, when I say underrated, who comes to mind?
You say underrated. Who comes to mind?
In Kendall Davond's opinion.
I mean, obviously you got to start the list with Kendall Davond.
No, okay. You are an underrated.
No, I was just like,
you build sets. And you got a good flow. I would definitely say underrated.
I feel like who is somebody? Oh my gosh, you would know her name because she's at El Dorado all the time. So I'm gonna put a pin in her till I can think of her name.
Yeah.
But I think Lysandra Velasquez. Have you met her?
I haven't. No, I
haven't. Lysandra Velasquez.
I don't believe I have.
She's effing hilarious.
Yeah.
Mom Jeans. What's her name?
Shelly Groomer.
Shelly Groomer. That's her real name. I just call her Mom Jeans. So Groomer, nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, she said pants. She goes, pants like this is one of her punchlines.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. She has a very like charming.
Yeah. She's like if your aunt like was younger.
Yes, it was doing jokes. Let's see. Who else am I a big fan of? Kind of like that. A lot of people. I don't know if you've seen Earth perform.
Yeah.
You see Earth perform? Earth
yeah, he's
fucking hilarious.
Earth,
every time I preach the gospel, I'm his first disciple. I preach the gospel of Earth. That motherfucker is funny, man. Like he's funny as anybody. Like anybody, especially like you know how we like just Daniel just give him a mic and just let him get out of his way. That's how Earth is. Just give him a mic and let him go.
He reminds me of He reminds me of like D.L. Hughley had if D.L. Hughley had a bodyguard and he did comedy.
Well, right.
That's
right. If D.L. Hughley had a bodyguard that was learning from D.L. Hughley and then got on stage. Right.
Yeah.
And then as far as like, man, we was talking about that crowd work, like just hand him a mic and just let him volley with the crowd.
Yeah.
Like that's him. He's like that. I'm trying to think of who else out there. At the top of my mind is like, you funny.
I mean, it's a long list of
it is. I already said Striggs, but I feel like a lot of people know him.
It's weird when you go to a show and they tell a joke, and I know we're on the other side of comedy, but it's like when they say something and it kind of gets a chuckle, you're like, this is funny,
I miss
people.
that shit.
Yeah, this is funny, people.
Yeah,
what are you doing? You want to wake them up and shake them, like,
bro, how you said that?
Did you see what they did there when they tied this word?
Yeah.
You want to explain it to them.
Oh, the funny mommy. Her name is Brandy, but she goes by the funny mommy.
Oh, yeah?
Something like, they funny. Some of the people that come to mind where it's like, man, these are some, when they get on the mic, like there's just certain comedians when they get on the mic, I like elbow whoever next to me. Because sometimes you have people that's not, when you with comics, we know each other for the most part. So I don't got to do that. But when you with somebody that's there to support you, and then somebody else come up and you elbow and you be like, pay attention. Yeah. Like this dude, he's not like the other five that just came up. Pay attention to this dude. He's funny as fuck.
I think if I were to rattle off some underrated comedians in Atlanta, Taylor Neely comes.
Oh my God!
Because let me tell you, I've never heard. I have never heard anybody speak the English language that way.
Taylor, bro. Taylor. I came Taylor, dog.
You know, my girlfriend said about him, she didn't even know who he was. We were at El Dorado the other night, and she goes, he must be a comedian. Like, even just seeing him, he's like I said one time, if he was a speed limit sign, it would say 7 or 87. You figure it out.
You figure it out, bro. Like, hey, that's him.
Luck.
He's so off kilter that you be like, what the fuck is he talking about? But he's so fucking funny to me.
Yeah,
have me dying. He has me dying.
I had Jay Badlani had a really good joke the other night. It was I don't know if I should spill all the material, but it was a joke that it was so sharp and witty, and I laughed hard. Jay Badlani, he's awkward and sweet. He goes right to the edge. Like, here's the limit, and he's just like, hey, and then he goes right back.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I'll say Alex Libby is the only comedian so far to ever get me to do a spit take.
Really?
It was a hand job joke. Yeah, dude. She said hand job, and I just go, like, that was it. And she goes, yeah, okay.
Alex Libby was the person in the beginning whose name I couldn't think of.
Could be.
She's
Probably.
She's funny as fuck.
She's good and a great host on Roll Call. Shout out to her every Monday and Wednesday, I believe.
Oh, Liz. Speaking of Roll Call host, Liz Durr.
Yeah, Liz. I came into comedy when she was shopping a joke about poop and corn. Good thing we already ate, Liz. But yeah. And where's this is my sticker. It's a that's her. So shout out to Liz. She's funny. Just like me, sober, quit drinking. She's awesome. She's
really?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna try to get some drinking.
That's a shock. You're like, wow, you seem out of control, but she's in control. She's very
this
much
is her in control. Like,
so, but you know what? I don't want to keep it. We're gonna keep it short and sweet. Kendall, I appreciate you coming here. Come. This place is crazy good.
Bro, but come on a day you don't got shit to do because it's always gonna be. It's jumping. People know what time it is out here, so
I waited about an hour and a half, hour and 45, and it's jumping here. So
you know what I'm saying. Bring a crossword puzzle or something because it's gonna be popular. If you can get in, come in.
Well, look for Kendall everywhere. He's all over Atlanta. Look for what are you gonna putting out? Pilot, screenwriter,
pilots, short films. Don't know if I'll write feature length. But a pilot and at least 2 short films is going to be produced, completed in the books in the 2022.
Well, if it's anything like your Christmas song, that if it's anything like that, you look for it. So get to it. That's the show, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.